Good morning. This is my three thought video. Today I'm in Leviticus chapter 16. He shall send the goat away into the desert in the care of a man appointed for the task. The goat will carry on itself all their sins to a solitary place, and the man shall release it into the desert. And I think I just want to focus on the in the care of a man appointed for the task. Each of us are appointed for a task, and within our care there's people and situations, and I just wonder, what have you been appointed to? What have I been appointed to? What's the task that we are appointed to? It's not a relationship, right? It's not the union that we have with God. Our task is not our faith or our relationship. The task is in addition to, out of this love and affection and devotion and union with God. He's given us a task to do. And I wonder if we just ask ourselves, what's our task today? Um, in Psalms chapter 109 is a long chapter of the psalmist complaining about a man, right? Saying all kinds of things that he hopes his family does very poorly. He dies young. He has a widow. His children go fatherless. And then in verses 16, 17, and 18, for he never thought of doing a kindness. He loved to pronounce a curse. He found no pleasure in blessing. He wore cursing as a garment. It entered into his body like water, into his bones like oil. And so obviously he's not talking about, using salty language, saying, words that are offensive. He's talking about having no care of others, and instead of blessing and calling out good, speaking words of affirmation and kindness and generosity and love and affection, he sends words of bitterness and words of condemnation and words of cursing, and it becomes a garment. It becomes who he's recognized as, right? A uniform. And it begins to soak into his body. And a friend of mine, Doug Wardell, he says, I just pray a blessing. I just pray a blessing. He says it all day long. I just pray a blessing. And I wonder if that's not a really good example of how we can begin to bless and not curse. Then finally, just started Luke chapter 1, and it's the story of the Lord appearing to Zechariah. And there's two things that stand out to me. One is his how can I know this is going to come to pass? And then Gabriel says, hey, I'm Gabriel, I'm telling you it's going to happen. But the other is, he will be a joy and a delight to you. Many will rejoice of his birth, for he will be great in the sight of the Lord. And I think that the thing that really stands out to me in that great in the eyes of the Lord, how is John great in the eyes of the Lord? He turns men to God. He has the job of making the path straight to Jesus. And how can we be great in the eyes of God? If we'll point others to God, if we'll make the path straight to God. And that's all for today. Hope you have a great day, and we'll talk to you next time.